And we're back. So welcome back to part 4 of Delta Green Black Thumb. Okay, so the hour is almost nigh. Dr. Kernet's nearly been killed. And things seem to kind of be going as planned.
I have one more thing to do before I get strapped in for the evening. I think I want to find what was the name again? I'm sorry. Young Agent DeLucio, who seemed fairly sympathetic earlier, and
okay.
Ask, can I borrow your phone for the duration of this experiment?
Okay. Any particular reason?
I'm going to be strapped in there, and I don't know how mobile it's going to be, whether they're going to lock me into the thing or what. So I would love to have some way to communicate if we need to reach somebody else on the team, say.
Okay. Pass you my phone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Look, I know it's difficult, but as I said, ultimately, if this goes right, you're doing it for her parents.
Well, I hope so.
I don't like what I don't. Okay, I know you don't like what's going on. I can only agree with you, but I don't understand. You seem to.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand anything. Just, well, good luck. I hope this works out.
So do I.
I'll pick up the phone and head back to the van to get strapped down.
Okay. Dr. Patel says, okay, we've got 15 minutes. This is what's going to happen. He gathers everyone round. He says, as soon as she appears, we energize the tunnel, which I will do from the back of the U-Haul. We can slow her down using the hardware so that as she runs, it's almost like slow motion. We can maybe pick up some clues about what's going on. When she reaches the end of the tunnel, I will use the hardware to get a pulse of energy from the energy source, which should energize her enough to keep her form in existence. He says, Dr. Kernet, he gets very serious when he talks to you, where he's been friendly before. He says, we need you in the harness to just fine tune it. He says, while that's happening, I will start to pack the stuff away. He said, this is more your expertise than mine. So he says, we need some volunteers. Someone needs to drive the Range Rover.
I can drive.
Okay. Someone needs to stand outside the Range Rover and guide it because we think it's going to go into the woods.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
How long do we think she's going to stay there after when you charge her?
When we've previously tested it, it's been about 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay.
Which we're hoping is enough. We think she's out there somewhere. And he points to the woods. He says, don't forget the reason we're doing this, to remove this unnatural incursion and get some peace for the parents.
Okay.
He says, so Dr. Kernet, and he gets serious all again. He says, let me strap you in and I'll show you what you need to do. He starts putting this, it's a harness, but it's not what you think. It's not like a suit you're in with like a helmet. Everything's free. You've got your hands are free. And it's a laptop that's been wired up to various tuning and dial mechanisms. You recognize it as a kind of bastardized version of your technology, only taken to the kind of next level, where you got to the point where it's thinking of it's dangerous and I need to stop using it. It's gone that step further. There's things you don't quite recognize it, but there's bits that you do recognize. It feels weirdly, as much as you were resisting it, it feels kind of comfortable to see it again after all this time. Okay, he says, actually, now he thinks on, he says, Dr. Berkowitz, can you just hold back behind with Scotty so that when they eventually find when the echo runs out, because you're the forensics guy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that would mean, Bill, can you guide the Range Rover? And are you happy to help me pack things away, Terrell?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're all set.
Right. So where's the Range Rover? Range Rover is going where?
It's going to follow the image into the woods.
Right.
We think the path, and he points and he says it's fairly clear, and there's enough gaps between the trees to get it through. He says, okay, right. He starts getting nervous and starts clenching his fists. He says, okay, we're nearly there. And he looks at his timer. He says, 5 minutes. So can everyone kind of take their stations? He says, you guys get ready in the Range Rover. Dr. Kernet, and he gets all serious. He says, soon as the image appears, I will energize it and then it'll switch over to your control.
Where will you be working?
I'll be packing this equipment away. It's very expensive.
I mean, you said you were going to energize it. Where will you be doing that? From
the back of the truck. He's got a whole layout of like a computer and all that ready.
Okay, so this is right next to where I am right now?
No, it's further back.
Oh, okay.
So you got the path comes down the middle. The truck is to the right of it. Then where it comes to the end, that's where the Range Rover is, and you'll carry on from there once an image reaches the end. Is the idea?
Okay,
so am I? Oh, I'm in the Range Rover.
You're at the back of the Range Rover. There's 2 Range Rovers.
Okay.
There's one park further up with Jimmy and Bob hanging around, kind of keeping watch.
Yeah.
And then the other one has got the rest of the equipment on it for you to fine tune the image as it comes into existence.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And it's okay. I'm driving. I'm trustworthy.
Okay.
All right.
And so Jimmy and Bob are kind of up at the top of the hill, sort of looking down on us.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say very, very quietly to Dr. Kernet so no one else can hear. I'm saying, say the word, and I'll either get out of here or pull the plug on the whole thing. It sounds like it's dangerous. It sounds like something we shouldn't be messing with. Just say the word, and I'll pull it. I trust you a hell of a lot more than I trust them.
See.
Okay.
I'm gonna as we're in the last minutes of waiting, I'm gonna get that phone out and type a text message in to be ready to send, but I'm not sending it yet.
Okay. You're ready to go. You put it in your pocket. Okay. So Dr. Patel goes over. He says, right, starting energization sequence, part 1. He types in a huge Unix command, turns a couple of dials, adjusts a few things, and all the bulbs come on in this tunnel, lights up the whole of the highway. The green light and white light, because the way the bulbs are intertwined. He says, okay. And he says, starting energization sequence part 2. He does another huge string of Unix command. The bulbs are motorized and start spinning in their housings, and the bright seems to be getting lighter. You can hear the thrum from the energy device at the back of the truck, and the truck starts shaking and rumbling. Everyone give me a sand check.
Okay.
Maybe I'm driving off sooner than expected.
Mm-hmm. Who fumbled? It's only 0 or 1. It's only 0 or 1. If you fail, it's a 1.
That's lucky. Okay, that's a good one to fumble on, Seth.
Yeah, you got it out the way. We know what your next roll is going to be, don't we?
Another fumble.
Yeah. Okay. It's just the unnervingness of the whole thing. This energy device. You've seen the movie Contact.
Yeah.
The noise it makes. You know, the coders it's coming through. It's that rhythmicness to it. You're starting to get a bit shaky now, Dr. Kernet.
Well, I'll ask Eva. Can you, if we need to, can you pull the plug on that thing? And I'll gesture my head back to the other truck where all the other machinery is.
I'd have to drive towards it and get in the back of the truck.
There's people in the way, and there's things in the way. You couldn't do it without arousing any suspicion.
I'll just put my hand.
I don't think it would matter at that stage.
I think I'll just put my hand, because I'm with you, aren't I? I'm with Dr.
You are, yeah.
I'll just put my hand on your shoulder and just like nod and say, "Do what
you feel slightly more comforted by
I
back
don't
to Dr.
suppose any.
Becker.
I don't suppose any of you guys have a big knife or a fire axe or something to cut through the power cord.
Hold on a minute.
Well, someone brought a Negan baseball bat and then didn't bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
that might work.
It's probably
on,
sitting
go on,
next to my
Carol.
sunglasses.
Yeah.
Okay, these bulbs are spinning, and you can hear the rhythmic pulse from the back of the truck and the noise. And you notice the dirt on the floor is jumping, and the snow is jumping, like in rhythm with it. And it seems to be forming patterns in the air. And he's got his phone out. He goes 3, 2, 1, and he points to where she's going to appear.
Okay.
And nothing happens.
Good.
And at the end, the pulse is spinning. And he said, I could have swapped. And then Jimmy says, Doc, look. And he points, and you see the image of a girl, a young lady appear, looking behind her, running. And it's the exact same thing you saw. Everyone give me a sand check.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Another fumble for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Ava?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose 1 on a pass, 3 on a D3 on a fail, 3 on a fumble.
D3.
Great. Oh, okay. I'm okay. Sure. You don't want me to double sand checks. I'm driving.
Does everyone understand what their breaking point is?
I do
No.
not.
Okay.
3.
It is your current SAN minus your power. If you take more than 5 SAN in one hit, you gain a temporary insanity, or it's fight or flight or drop to the floor. If you hit your breaking point, you gain a disorder, and then it resets to a new breaking point, which is your then SAN minus your power. But you can project SAN loss onto a bond.
Which is exactly what I'm doing with my bond with my beloved Dr. Rachel McBurry.
Okay, give me a SAN roll.
Sanity roll?
Mhm.
All right.
That is how bonds work, isn't it? A SAN roll, if it works.
No, you don't. Generally, you don't need to make a sanity roll. It's a D4 roll. And then
Oh,
you
sorry, you are right.
take
I'm thinking of
that.
something else.
Yeah,
So
that's
roll
all right.
D4.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I rolled a 4. So, but that's it's the 2. So instead of losing 2 sanity, then I'll lose 2 off of the bond and then 2 points of willpower.
Okay. I keep on forgetting some people out here haven't played it. Willpower is a finite resource.
Yeah.
You can use your willpower to offset SAN loss by projecting it onto bonds. Your bonds are the people in your life that you're doing it for, that you want to stay alive for and with it for. So anyone who's lost SAN there can project it onto the bonds.
I think I'll project it onto my parents.
Okay, so you roll D4.
Yep.
Okay, that comes off your willpower, and it also comes off that bond.
And the sanity loss.
Yeah.
Right. So if you were going to lose 3, then instead
it's capped
you
at
don't
3.
lose 3 SAN, you lose 3 off the bond, 3 off willpower points.
Cool. Easy.
I would like to do this as well for my sister.
Okay.
As my bond. Okay, so I got a 3, so I drop 3 from my willpower and 3 from my bond.
And then 3 off the SAN
don't
loss.
lose the okay, cool.
Right.
I'm not dumping. I'm not taking anything off my bonds. It's only lost to 1 point to SAN.
Yeah, you haven't lost enough. How about you, Guy?
No, I'm keeping Hogarth, the Bulldog's powder dry for now. I'll protect him for now.
Okay.
Such a good boy.
She enters into the tunnel where the doctor's marked out and instantly slows down. It's almost like watching a slow motion movie. You see she's running and staggering, tripping over. It's horrifying to watch. This is the last image of a young lady being chased by someone who's intent on killing her. She trips over at one point and her shoe flies off and it pings towards the ponytail entrance and then just vanishes. One thing you all notice something's following her. It's not a person. It's almost an amorphous black mass that's pulsing in and out, and it's horrifying to behold. Give me another sun roll.
Oh, I was just going to say my eyes are fixed on the girl.
You can't help but see this.
No, fair enough.
Succeeded.
Likewise.
Hey,
It's like
Seth
Dr.
passed the
Burko
roll.
has failed. Yeah.
Right, this is 1 or D4. 1 if you pass, D4 if you fail.
I'm going to think of Hogarth now.
Who will feed my dog?
As I'm going to be, as I'm going to be losing 4. So what do I roll? D4.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
2.
So you
you
lose
take
2
that.
willpower.
And 2 off Hogarth.
The reason
And then
the bonds go
2
down
off
is you pull
the sanity loss.
and 2 off the sand roll. Yeah. The reason
Alright.
your bonds go down is you lose your connection with humanity as you go insane.
Yeah.
So you might not see your dog as you used to see them the next time you do. You might see them as kind of a bird, and then you push them away. There's all sorts of reasons you could explain for it. Although how anyone could think that of your bulldog is just insane.
No, the parents are getting it next time. I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, I've got the cat's going to be the last thing to go. I've decided.
Yeah. Stay alive for our pets. Come on, let's do.
Do you know what? There's worse reasons to stay alive, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay,
so seeing all that, then I'll kind of yell, shut it off, shut it off.
Dr. Patel goes, no, we're nearly done.
He said the word.
What the hell is that thing?
He says, we're not going to find out if we stop now.
I don't want to find out. Right, okay, this is me wheeling the truck round, driving for the main truck with the power source.
Okay, you start turning it. Dr. Kerner, you're attached to it. Okay,
What
by a
do you-
cable.
What do you mean? Oh, attached to the big truck.
No, you're attached to the Range Rover. There's a power supply in the back
I
of
thought I was in the Range Rover.
No, you're walking behind it.
Oh,
It's
I'm
in
not
the
doing
boot.
that now. I'm not doing that then. I'm not in a
Okay.
complete panic.
I thought I'd explain that.
I'm sorry. I thought I was in the back seat with.
In
the
that case, what I'm doing is I'm stopping the thing, getting in, and starting to try and shoot.
It's not heading towards you. It's following the image of Sarah down the tunnel.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull it or not?
But you don't have time for this conversation because you're in the truck and you're
exactly.
behind it.
No, I mean, I would have reflectively said, "Oh, you said you could shut it down," and not even thought about it. So go ahead.
It reaches the end coming to the edge of the tunnel, and Dr. Patel types in a command and hits enter. There's a flare of light. The truck shudders, and both the Range Rovers, the engine's cut out. Okay, the form of Sarah emerges from the tunnel, running still in slow motion, and starts heading towards the woods. Your system lights up now, Dr. Kernet.
Right, new plan. I'm going to run after her.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
need
to
to
run.
find where the body is.
You don't have to run. She's running in slow motion.
Oh, cool.
Is the horrible squiddy shape also in slow motion?
It's not there.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
No,
That's
it's
good.
vanished. She is there, and you can definitely tell it's the same girl. It's definitely the one that you saw, Ava, in the picture. Running in terror. She's got cuts on her face, and she's running into the woods, stumbling and tripping. But that amorphous thing that was following her is not there anymore.
All right.
Your system lights up, and this is all coming back to you now. And you can see
All
how
right.
your system could...
I'll dig in and start applying what I know to bring her into focus so we can mess with her.
Give me a microelectronic roll.
Alrighty. It's like a success.
Okay. You do a few adjustments, and it's almost like, when you focus a camera, she comes right into focus, and you can hear echoing noises coming through. You can hear a woman screaming. You're pulling the echoes of her last kind of cries from the other, and she's heading off into the woods. Dr. Berkovich, you're right behind.
Yeah, just tracking
Yeah.
her.
So are you going to turn the Range Rover?
Well, not if there's someone attached by a cable, but I do want to see.
No, but I mean, you're meant to follow it into the woods
Oh,
while
follow-
Dr.
follow-
Kerner.
Yeah, I'm basically I'm
follow.
guiding this way.
Yeah.
I am keeping an eye out on the behind just in case this blob thing just reappears because
It seems to have vanished.
Yeah, no, but just in case.
All you feel seeing Sarah's image is sadness.
If the black blob's gone, I'm following.
The what? Sorry.
There's a massive black blob. I'm going to do what I can to pull the power.
Yeah, it's not there. Whatever's energized her form seems to have cut it out of the picture. All you can see is Sarah running slowly. You start turning the Range Rover into the woods. Dr. Kerner, you're slowly bolts behind, making small adjustments. Dr. Patel says, "Brilliant work, Dr. Kerner, brilliant." And then the four of you start heading into the woods, following the slow motion image of Sarah running. Okay, you disappear down into the woods.
Yeah.
You're going for about 5 minutes into the woods, and she seems to be reaching behind slowly and kind of trying to push someone away, and you see her do something like that on her arm. You see a welt appear on her arm, like someone cut her with something, and she continues to run into the woods.
Can I recognise this wound or anything? Just quickly following her.
Yeah, give me a forensics roll to see the as a quick kind of glance.
Just because it's right in front of me, isn't it? So yeah, critical. I might need a critical later.
It's off an incredibly sharp weapon, like a blade.
I'll shout that back to everyone.
But it's too long, really, to be a knife. It looks like something longer.
Could be a sword,
like a katana.
Possibly, like
Katana.
Okay, back. Use her gone. Use her into the woods, following her. Okay, back at the trucks. Dr. Patel's starting to load things in. Jimmy's chatting to Bob, then just pulls his gun, double taps Bob, kills him.
Okay.
Turns to you and he says, "Finish him."
Okay. I'll Patel.
Dr. Patel goes, "What? What?"
I will shoot Dr. Patel.
Okay, you pull out your gun, double tap Dr. Patel. He drops in a bloody heap on the floor.
Oh, thank you for not making me roll that.
He had his hands up and you drew your gun. Okay. You pop Dr. Patel and just execute him where he stands.
Okay.
Jimmy goes over, pulls the wig off. He says, "This thing." And you notice he's got a large welt across the top of his head. He says, "For the Queen." Nods at you.
Okay.
And he says, "Just leave that." He goes over to the Range Rover, takes the keys out of it. He takes Bob's gun off, and Bob's just lying there with 2 holes in his head. He goes over, just grabs Dr. Patel, throws him. He says, "Just pull the cables out. Don't care what damage you do. Get them in the back of the truck before they get back."
Okay. That's what I will start doing.
Okay. You start loading the cables into the back of the truck. Meanwhile, the kind of noise from the road is muted, and the fact that they had silenced guns probably doesn't help you either.
We're probably far enough away, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I'll ask out loud. All right, what is our plan here? To anyone who cares to answer.
What?
I thought we were locating her body.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
I
keep
thought they were
focusing.
doing something clever at the other end when you'd done the clever bit of this.
No. This is him fine-tuning her and keeping her in existence till you can lead to where she fell. Because as you were told about Black Thumb, he doesn't take victims elsewhere. He tends to leave them where he's killed them, and they think she's a victim, so her body must be out there somewhere.
And it's of course a recording of what happened before.
Yes. It's almost evidence, kind of. Okay, eventually you see her fighting back something again, and she takes a blow, drops to the deck of a base of a tree, and her image slowly sinks into the ground and vanishes.
Okay, the body.
Let's get some shovels here.
Okay, you get some shovels, start digging. You know your work's done at this point now, Dr. Kenneth.
Okay.
Oh, good. All right. I'll disconnect.
Basically
from
go
all this
across
then.
and do you want a hand to get out of that?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Olan's basically help him unbuckle, sort of like from the apparatus.
Okay, you unbuckle and you're glad to get out of it, but you can see why they needed your help, because the likelihood is someone without your expertise couldn't have kept her in focus. She probably would have faded. Plus, you got vocals as well. You hear her screaming for help.
Mhm.
You start digging where at the base of the tree where she fell. And eventually the grim eventuality is you see the tip of a hand poking through the soil. Back to the guys on the road.
Hmm.
You've pulled all the cables out of all the things, just shoved them in the back. He's dropped the U-Haul. He goes over to Dr. Patel's body, takes the key off him and says, get in, let me do the talking when we get to the blockade.
You got it.
Okay, just go in and get to the front and drive off. Everyone give me a listen roll. Not use.
Alertness.
Hey, sorry, alertness roll.
Everybody is
Success.
digging as well.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I've rolled it. I failed it.
I'm probably kind of pacing away from the digging anyway, thoughtfully, if that'll help explain my success.
Okay. You Shane, you Dr. Berkowitz, sure he can hear a truck driving off in the distance?
Are you talking to me, Dr.
Yeah.
Kernet?
Hey, sorry, Dr.
All right.
Kernet.
All right. I'll ask, where the hell are they going?
Where the hell
You
who
didn't hear
going?
anything.
That truck's driving off.
What?
The truck,
doc-
the U-Haul they're driving off. They're leaving us here.
Okay,
I
run
just
back
heard
up.
it while you were digging.
We can get a lift back soon. This is the body. We've got the hands here. Like,
Well, we've got the
All right.
Range Rover.
yeah.
Okay. You back to the road. Terrell and Jimmy eventually pull up to the roadblock. The party's still going on. You see Sarah's parents there, and it's almost heartbreaking knowing that. You know, they thought she'd run away, and if it is her, they don't really know. The Mountie guy comes up and he says, "You're done there?" And Jimmy says, "Yeah, we've got to go and get more parts." And he says, "Okay." And he opens the blockade. You just drive off into the night. Back to the other guys. You feel all right now, Seth?
Just I was like, am I just supposed to like whip my gun out and shoot him? I'm not sure this is the guy I'm supposed to shoot. Like,
I'll tell
thank
you
you,
all
Jimmy,
about
for
this
the
at
cue.
end. Okay, you are digging, and you notice the tree is covered in moss. You notice something glowing behind it,
Behind the tree?
behind the moss.
Start scraping it off then. Start just might as
You
well.
pull it away, and it's the symbol that you saw that Walter showed you. And it's glowing kind of pale green colour and seems to be thrumming. And then it cuts out.
That was the same symbol. That was the same thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All adds up. All adds up, guys. We've got the body here. Yeah, let's work out what's happened.
Okay.
None of this adds up to me.
Why? Well, to your character.
Yeah, my character.
Yeah.
My mother was a mathematician.
Yeah, you see in logic.
Does not add up at all.
No.
Welcome to the crazy world of Delta Green, where nothing makes sense.
She made sure I knew my sums.
You exhume the body. It's definitely Sarah, and one thing you could tell is because you've been by kind of a loamy bit of the woods next to the pond, her body's a bit of a mess. It's kind of, but the hair and all that has been still there, and the hairstyle, the shaved side and the mohawk, it's definitely her. You managed to exhume her. I'm assuming you'll have a body bag in your forensics pack, Dr. Berkowitz, yeah, and you zip it up into a body bag. and load her into the trunk of the Range Rover. He's going to head back to the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back. We've got the
Yep.
body. Mission accomplished.
Okay. You head back to the road, and you're greeted with a scene. You see the U-Haul truck's gone. The other Range Rover's there. Bob is lying in a pool of blood, as is Dr. Patel. They've both been executed, 2 gunshots to the head.
What the fuck?
Carol.
Everyone give me SAN rolls.
Yes.
Yay.
Oh, critical.
It's a 0 or 1.
Ava.
Yeah.
0 or 1. You feel sick to the stomach. This is a guy you were speaking to not 5 minutes ago. All of the light stands and the polyton are all just pulled to the floor. All the cables have been pulled out. Notable in its absence are the cables and the truck. And you can see there's pats in the snow leading off.
The big plastic tunnel still there.
Yeah, it's been kind of half pulled over in their haste to dismantle it. It goes strangely quiet. And the snow stops. The engine
we should go back to the we should find the actual police.
Yes.
Yeah,
the Range
drive.
Rover cuts out.
Now bollocks.
You're wondering what's going on.
Why did it do that? Turn it back on.
I'm trying.
Turn the key. It's dead.
I'm gonna.
Something then happens. In the middle of the air, the point of a weapon cuts through, and then cuts a slice in thin air. Plasma pours from it and pools underneath it, and it's almost like reality screaming. You can hear a shrieking coming from it. Everyone, give me a SAN roll.
Success again.
It's a 1 or D6.
Please be neckbeard.
Should have played his game. Should have played his game.
That is, it's Chekhov's law. If you put a neckbeard on the table in Act 1.
1 or D6. You might want to project that onto a bond, Paul.
Yes, I think I probably will.
Having a meltdown. Oh, 2's not bad.
Yeah. I might further resent my parents because my
Don't
mother's
forget,
not-
if you lose 5 in one go, you got to let me know, and you're also going to let me know when you hit your breaking point. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying.
A figure steps through this hole in reality. You can see sunlight streaming from the other side. The figure.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, this is happening outside the car, right?
Yes.
Like we're sitting in the Range Rover and near us, this is happening?
Yeah, it's about 15 foot ahead of you in the middle of the road.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. A figure pushes aside the flap of reality and steps out. It's a tall, thin figure. In his left hand, he has a sword. I'll show you a picture of it. It's slightly unusual in that it looks like that. Okay, except the tip of it is flat. It's not pointed. It's flat and it looks almost as sharp as a razor blade. You can see the light shimmering off it. Projecting from the hilt, there's barbs of metal that kind of go into his hand and disappear up his sleeve, like it's attached to him. The figure also has a mask on. That looks like that. Okay, it's got the 4 eyes. 3 of them have got red dots in them. 1 doesn't. The figure has a hoodie that comes over the top of it, and has baggy like tracksuit bottoms on and trainers on, and just steps through casually, and then lowers the sword down and kind of surveys the scene.
The fuck is that?
You are
What?
Panic is starting to set in now. looks at you in the
What's going
car,
on here?
looks at you in the car, kind of cocks his head slightly, then speaks some words that you hear inside your head and not your ears. And the cables that were dangling off the back of the lights whip off them. And he kind of does a crushing motion. They start wrapping around the car and crushing you inside the car.
Shit. Can I get out?
Yeah,
I'd like to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone give me a Dexterity 5 roll to try and get out.
Yeah, this seems like a sensible thing to do.
Big old no for me.
You're trapped inside the car.
Fumble for...
Oh, bloody hell.
We're going nowhere.
We're all...
Oh,
No one pass.
No.
no.
Oh my word! Has someone
I think-
fumbled?
Yes.
Right, Pookie, you're trapped in the car. You're caught on something in the car door, and it's pushing it shut.
Yeah.
Okay, he's kind of doing this crushing motion, and the cables are wrapping around the car and squeezing it. He says something in a language.
Oh, go ahead.
He says something in a language that none of you understand, except you do, Ava.
Oh,
He says something in Korean.
yeah.
Give me an alertness roll.
You're asking me to roll. I mean, this is just me.
No, to make out what he says.
Yeah, I know.
Roll the
It's
noise.
just,
Yeah.
it's just the fact that I failed most of my rolls.
I feel you, man.
Mm.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Critical.
You hear exactly what he says. He says in Korean, something has called me here.
Yes, that was a mistake. Can you go again?
You're not going to say that. You're not going to be so twee about it. That was a mistake, Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
sorry.
Swordman.
Yeah, I'm being English about it. Only panic.
I say, Mr. Swordman, you just bally go off.
I occasionally have to do that with
it's
players.
probably going to be saying,
say that again, but scared.
Yeah.
it's probably going to be, it wasn't me, just go.
Right. The next round, it continues to crush. You're going to take damage this round. Pookie, you're going to take an extra round to get out
Okay.
because you're trapped. Okay, so you will take damage.
Yep.
Okay, everyone else who's still trapped in the car, give me a Dex times 5 roll. The roof's starting to pop and split. The windows have shattered.
Can I scream at him, stop crushing us?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to make a roll, or am I just being crushed this turn?
You don't need to make a roll. Did everyone?
Okay.
Okay. So, Dr. Berkovich, you managed to clamber through the window.
Yeah.
You get cuts all over your hands, as do everyone gets out apart from Mr. Pook.
Nope.
Pookie, you take D3 damage from being crushed.
Okay. I'm going to roll a d6. Oh, I take 2 damage.
Yeah, you feel that the glass and the metal cutting into you as you're being crushed into the car. Yous are all on the floor. What he's going to do?
Scramble away, like
You're running.
Yes,
Okay.
into the trees,
Remember I said this last time?
away from the preferably the opposite direction of the.
That's
the-
heading
the
back
horrible
towards the
evil
truck's
symbol.
gone. Yeah, towards the truck's gone. Is
Yeah,
away
like,
from
like
him.
whatever the triangulation is that goes both away from the guy with the sword and away from the evil symbol. That's my direction.
Okay, got it. Dr. Berkovich, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to run towards where we dug a body up from to see if there's something there that might be able to.
You run into the woods.
Thing, yeah.
Okay. Ava, what are you doing?
Screaming at him, just go. It's not us you want.
Okay. Give me a
So, do you
persuade
have
minus
pistols?
40.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. The minus 40 seems certainly very reasonable here. You never know. I can be very persuasive. But it's not bad, 10% chance.
Is it- Oh,
Or you could bump it.
oh, that's bad. Okay. you now catch his attention. Okay. He does a kind of twisting motion with the sword, cuts the air, and what you notice is loads of strips of metal pull off the side, like spaghetti almost, off the side of the Range Rover, and just start wrapping around you and cutting into your skin.
Can I do I think the panic here is there's no point in running at this stage. All I can do is shoot.
Well, you've got to be able to get your gun out. It's going to do right. You're going to need a dodge roll. It should be an opposed test here, but it's kind of versus magic. So just give me a dodge roll to see if you can get out the way as these pieces of metal come at you.
What do you think?
Okay.
I made it actually.
Yeah, it would have been a success.
-40. Yeah.
That is
Okay.
actually
That is.
All right. You manage to duck behind cover as these shards of metal slam into it and they're almost riding like worms towards you.
I think I'm committed to shooting.
Okay. Right. We'll go into initiative order then at this point. So he's had his go. You have your go. As you're the only one who's fighting.
Yeah.
Right, go on. So have a shot at him if you want.
Okay, firearms.
For all the good it'll do.
Double tap.
I mean, have a shot. Sorry.
I'm sure it won't do any good.
Is that a fumble?
No, a fumble probably won't do me any good at all.
Not like that. It's not going to do any good.
Oh, it could have got any better, could it? Your weapon jams. It's going to take you around to clear it.
No, I'm just running.
Okay.
Okay. Pookie, give me another Dex times 5 roll to clamber out of the car as it's being crushed.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, you managed to crawl out. So you got been damaged by shards of metal. You fall in a pool of glass on the floor.
Yeah.
It's cutting all your hands, but you can now act.
Okay. How close is he?
About 15 foot ahead of you.
Okay. Can I take aim? Draw my pistol and take aim?
That costs you a round.
Okay. I'm hoping that he does. Okay. I will draw my pistol and fire at him.
Okay.
Basically, he's the immediate threat. I don't know what else is going to affect him. So, yep.
Okay. All right. You hit him. Roll your damage.
Okay. So check. It's 1d10, isn't it? So, if I check round. Oh, no, that's the hit, so I'll go roll a d10. Sorry, just 8.
Okay, you kind of wound him, and he now turns his attention to you.
Okay.
Right, so then we'll start the round again. Right, so you're still running, Dr. Kernet, yeah? Dr. Berkovich is heading to where the body was to see if there's anything there that can help. Ava is just ducked behind some cover, like one of the fallen over lamps, yeah? And wrapped up in plastic, and these shreds of metal are just slammed into it and are cutting through it. They're still coming at you, even he seems to have turned his attention away from you. And you're ducking behind the car trying to pop shots off at him, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes first.
What happened to Berkowitz? I'm sorry.
He's running into the woods to kind of.
Oh, that's right. He was going back to
to where the tree is with the seep.
Yeah,
That's got something to do with it.
Okay, so he's first. So his shards of metal are still coming after you. Give me another dodge roll, please, Ava.
Oh, good. Well, I've got my gun in my hand at least.
All's well that ends, well, eh?
Running isn't going to do any good, is it, really?
Oh.
Well, neither's dodging.
What, sorry?
Dodging isn't going to do me any good either.
Okay, these shards of metal burrow through the plastic and metal and start wrapping around you. You take a d6 damage.
Ouch.
And they start binding you.
4. Yeah,
Okay, it starts cutting into you, and it's really painful.
that's bad.
He kind of, now that they've hit you, he catches attention, and he kind of lifts a sword, and he lifts you into the air, being wrapped, there's blood dripping off it. They're cutting into your skin. It's really awful. Who's next dex-wise? Because I know he's top of the round.
My dex is 10.
Mine's 14.
Okay, but you've just been right. You can try and escape then.
I can try and escape.
Yeah, it's going to be a strength times 2 roll to try and escape.
I'm just going to roll D.
I know you're not that strong either, are you?
No, I haven't got much. I haven't got any chance really.
Is that 22? Ah,
22.
it's a fumble as well.
Yeah, I need 18.
Okay.
No, 16.
Okay, yeah, no, you can't fight your way out of it. They're binding you tighter, and they seem to be pulling you towards them by just gesturing with a sword. You're kind of getting floating through the air. This is just mind blowing. This kind of thing, seeing this thing in action. Pookie, you're next.
Okay, I will fire another shot.
Go ahead. He doesn't even seem to be dodging you or attempting to get out the way.
Yeah, I've hit.
Okay.
Just hope.
Okay. What happens is he seems to feel that one, and one of the lights on the mask blinks out of existence. He turns his attention to you now.
Ugh.
Okay. The new round.
Yeah.
He speaks another word in some vile tongue and just flips his hand like that, and the Range Rover flips over, and you need to give me a Dex times 5 roll to roll out of the way of it. He just literally flipped it with his hand.
Okay. Right. Yes.
Okay, you duck, roll out the way, and the Range Rover tumbles down. It's starting to roll down towards where Dr. Berkowitz has gone to.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I don't know that where he's gone to. I'm kind of concentrating on stopping this monster.
Okay.
Yeah.
He pulls you closer, Ava. Sorry, go on, Pookie. What were you going to say?
No, go on.
Do I get a roll to try and get free again, or have I fumbled it so I can't?
Yeah, this round you won't, but next round you will if you survive.
No, I don't think I will.
You've made it harder for yourself somehow.
I don't plan on surviving.
He pulls you, and you're almost within like a couple of feet of him, and he says something to you in Korean. He says, "You'll make an interesting plaything."
Let me go.
And then he steps back through the gap in reality he's cut, and you follow after him. And there's a flash of light, the screaming stops, and it's gone. He's gone. This is the scene as you're left with. There's a Range Rover bound in electrical cables. All the windows put out with Sarah Bundle's body in the back. There's bones sticking out the back of her where it's been crushed. Ava has been taken by this monster through this portal. Dr. Berkowitz ran off to try and find something that can help, and Dr. Kernet is running in the opposite direction. You have 2 dead bodies on the floor, Dr. Patel and Bob, and you've got 1 Range Rover, which doesn't seem to be damaged. What do you want to do?
I'm looking at this mess going, what the hell do we do now?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I plan to continue running until I run out of breath, and then slow down and kind of look around, and eventually start thinking to myself, okay, which way would I need to go to find people?
Okay, you keep on running. It's pitch black darkness, lit up only by moonlight and snow. Okay, you're at this point you realize you've subconsciously been following the tire treads that are heading back. Okay, your initial thing is to kind of just hide in the bushes and wait and see what happens, because who knows what'll happen if you go in the other direction. Back to you guys, because that'll take a while for you to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you guys. What are you going to do? You've got 2 survivors.
I'm going back down to find Dr. Berkowitz.
Yeah, hopefully catch up with people once it's resolved, and then we can.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Berkowitz, you see the Italian American looking guy coming down towards you, covered in cuts and bruises.
I was going to the grave to see what we could do there. What's happened?
Whatever that thing was, it's taken over. I don't know where the other doc went, and I sure as hell don't know where that damn Texan went.
Yeah, let's just get back to people. Let's just get back to the civilization.
How are we going to explain this? Who are we supposed to be reporting to?
Let's concentrate on staying alive for now, and then we can explain it later.
Have we been? Who knows? We've been really left up to our necks in this mess.
Well, let's just get out of the woods. So yeah, I'll try and walk back to the road and then towards where the barricade was with the police doing. Try and get back there.
You head back up the path, and the other Range Rover is there. That's untouched. You get the idea. You could probably get in that and drive off.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you get to that Range Rover and the keys on, innit? Because Jimmy took them.
Okay, I won't drive off then. We'll walk.
You can try and hotwire it.
Yeah, I was going to say try and hotwire it. I mean, I'm just basically, yeah.
What would it be to hotwire a car? Electronics. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, like a craft skill, or if you figure somebody's a really good driver anyway, and so they'll know their way around it.
I've got 65 drive.
Driving at a penalty, or
yeah,
it's
minus 20.
It's kind of up to you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can hotwire this vehicle. No, this presumably it's the fairly advanced electronics on these Range Rovers.
Yeah, it's a new model. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a try of it, Dr. Berkowitz?
I'll have a go. Yeah, minus 20 drive.
Yeah,
I'll try. I don't really fancy my chances, but I'll try now. No,
that's really bad.
Time to walk.
Okay, you start walking back along the road, leaving just carnage behind you.
Had an electrical engineer who would stay behind.
Okay, eventually, Dr. Kerner, you see some people walking down the road, and you recognize them due to the light and the snow as Dr. Berkowitz and Bill.
Okay.
And Bill looks injured. And they're walking
sort of
along.
Stop and huddle up in my whatever kind of big heavy coat I'm wearing.
Well, we're just gonna go back and get help or something. So come on, whatever that was, we need to get back to civilization.
It's miles, by the way, between here and the blockade.
I did you bring our things? I think my computer is back there, and the driver's licenses, and
all right.
That.
We need to go back and get those.
What? Like, can we not just stay alive? Maybe keep going.
The thing's gone. Okay, let's remove any evidence of whatever. I don't know what the hell is going on, but we need to remove anything that would necessarily link us to whatever happened there. Okay, we're in serious trouble because we don't know what's going on, and we don't know whether we've been abandoned or what.
You're going to go back there to clean up after us because the doc ran off into the woods and left his computer there.
What else do you suggest we do? Leave him to his fate?
Well, we walk back. We walk back to where, get out of these woods.
Okay, look, it isn't that far to go back.
It's actually not. It's a few minutes walk because you didn't run that far before you kind of got out of breath. Yeah.
In that case, yeah, we can go back then.
Okay, you head back. You see Dr. Kerner. You see the carnage that's been left behind, and you see the other Land Rover. And obviously, you get the idea that maybe you should use that to get out there rather than walking in the cold.
All right, yeah. Well, after I gather my things up, then I'll and quiz them on why they didn't drive the Land Rover.
Yeah, what?
There's no keys.
Why didn't
Yeah.
I drive the Land Rover? Exactly.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, have you got electronics as well as microelectronics?
It's well, I have electrical engineering
That'll do it.
and and mathematics.
I'm not sure how that'd help out in the car, to be honest.
It's work
All
out the probability of it working.
In real life, I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely succeeds.
Good stuff. Okay, you managed to start the car. You hear a phone ringing.
Okay, whose phone?
It's on Bob's body.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not going near that. So
Okay, where's
Bob's
Bob's body? Okay.
Bob is lying faced on his back in the snow with 2 bullet holes in his head.
Shit. Okay, I get out. Okay, I'm wearing gloves for this,
Okay.
and answer the phone.
Yeah, Walter. Bob. Report.
This isn't Bob.
Who's this? That Bill?
Yes.
Why are you answering Bob's phone, Bill?
It appears that Bob is dead.
He goes quiet.
2 bullet holes in the forehead. Okay. The Texans are missing. So
Where's
is the
Dr.
guy with
Patel?
dead.
Oh, holy Jesus, he says.
Ava's been
says-
grabbed by whatever monster that was.
What?
Yeah. What the hell is going on and how do we get out of here?
He goes quiet for a minute.
You need
Goes-
you need to get us out of here before this goes down.
Okay, he says, okay, here's what we're going to do. Head to the motel. Hold yourself up in the motel. Try room 109. It's a reinforced room. He says, we will send in a cleanup crew and await further instruction there.
Okay. We're going to go with that because I don't know what else to do here.
Don't worry, he says, I've got your back. Don't worry.
Who the hell? What the hell's been going on?
Well, I need to debrief you. He says that you were sent there to find the body. Did you find the body?
Yeah, it's in the back of one of the crushed Land Rovers. Whatever that thing was, it was capable of literally folding reality.
It goes quiet for a good 30 seconds. And you're like, hello?
It grabbed Ava and took it with him.
Okay, he says, okay, head back to the motel, hole up in there.
Are we going to be okay to get through the get through the barricade?
You should be good, yeah. I'll ring ahead.
Okay.
He says, oh, Dr. Patel's dead. Oh, unbelievable. Okay, let's go with that. I'll get a cleanup crew sent in there. We'll sort this out.
Better.
Okay, and he hangs up.
Okay. We're heading for the motel, and Walter is going to do a cleanup job here. And hey, maybe we're going to get out of this.
It's as good an idea as any. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I don't have any other idea of what to do.
Okay, you turn the Land Rover around and you head back. It's weird how there's carnage there, and this Land Rover's left there just completely untouched.
Yeah.
The other car is literally wrapped in cables and crushed down the middle. You come up to the barrier, and the protesters have thinned out a bit now, but you still see that Sarah's parents are still there, trying to convince people to leave. The Mountie comes up and says, you all done back there?
Not
okay?
yet.
He looks at you, you've got cuts and bruises on you. Everything okay?
Yeah, it was a difficult situation.
Do you want to give me a persuade roll?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was pretty difficult.
It's definitely a situation.
He says, okay. He just motions in the air and they open the barricade and you drive through.
Yeah.
So you're heading back to the hotel?
Yeah.
Do we pass the parents?
Yeah.
Coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's driving?
Well, Bill was the one talking to them, so I'm
yeah.
assuming it was you.
All right. I'll ask him to. I'll say slow down a minute.
Okay.
Just a second, and roll my window down. I guess
Okay.
I'm probably in the back seat. I don't know, since
Yeah.
those two are more.
They're looking over at you.
Difficult things. So I'll lean out and tell them what's left over is in the wreck down the road, and then I'll hit the chair for the seat for him to get going.
Shit.
Thank you and good night. See, the mother turns to the father and bursts into tears.
Oh yeah, no, I'm already. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Basically, turn around and talk about. Talk about an info dump and run.
Yeah.
Okay. You put the pedal to the metal, and you head back to the motel.
Yeah.
You arrive there. There's no lights on. It's exactly as you were before, except room 1019, wasn't it? The safe room has got a light on.
Okay, head for that.
Okay, you go into room 109. It's unlocked. It looks like a reinforced room. The inside has got like bars on the windows and things like that. It's obviously meant to hold you up in there for any reason. You really probably need a drink at this point, given the night you've had, and you need to take some medication, Dr. Kenneth.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we start to settle in and relax, I guess I'll get the borrowed phone out and erase that message that I had typed out before that was going to go to the psychotherapist and say I love you. But I'll erase that and hand it back to her.
You can't say that now. You've survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The phone rings again. Bob's phone, which you've got.
Okay.
Hello, Bill. It's Walter again.
Walter.
We've got a team on cleanup. Don't worry, it's been taken care of. I'll debrief you in the morning. Get some sleep. Have a drink on us.
Yeah, we need it.
And then he hangs up.
Okay.
Right, the adrenaline starts leaving you now. What's happened? And you're starting to feel exhausted.
Yeah.
There are bedrolls there.
Yeah.
I take it you're going to lay out bedrolls, try and get the night's kip and lock the doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could. Well, I don't know. Do we have anything like a first aid kit? Did they put one of those in the emergency room by any chance?
Yes, it has a first aid kit in it.
If you who's Bill? Aren't you torn? Aren't you all torn?
I'm pretty cut up on my hands.
Off the glass off the car.
I can try.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll use the first aid kit since that gives a bonus. And
yeah.
If we're not in a hurry and that's with another bonus, I'll take it. But that's up to you as the GM.
With the first aid kit, give me a plus. You got plus 40. First aid. Especially you've got the time to pick out the bits of glass and do it properly.
And it's still a fumble. What the fuck?
Jesus.
Row.
It's only if this hurts.
You take a point's damage, and it looks like the wound's possibly infected.
Oh.
I had to debride the damaged tissue.
What did you say you were a doctor of again?
Microelectronics.
You feel like waves of emotion coming over you now, like you managed to get away from that awful whatever it was, and you spend the night drinking and eventually lapse into a fitful sleep.
Yeah, the shaking in my hands probably didn't help with the
careful,
but the gin does help. Okay. Now we move to the epilogue. Dr. Kenneth, you wake up. You're not in that room.
Okay.
You look down at yourself. You're in a hospital bed. The ceiling above you is curved and painted white, like in an air raid shelter. You're handcuffed to this bed, and there are various drugs in IVs attached to you. You look across the room and you see Bill and Dr. Berkowitz. They've both got a stubble, as have, you wouldn't necessarily notice it because you've got a beard. They both got a stubble that says maybe a week or so has passed since you last saw them when they were clean shaved. You're handcuffed by both hands and both feet to the bed. Dr. Berkowitz, you wake up.
Yeah.
Same situation. You look over and you see Dr. Kernet. You by the way, Dr. Kernet, you're drugged up to the eyeballs. You don't feel the anxiety you feel normally.
Oh, okay.
You're quite lucid.
Yeah. What? Where are we? Asked Berkowitz.
You remember when we arrived in the hotel and I said to you, I'm not the person that knows the answer to this? Still not the person that knows all the answers.
You see Bill as well. He's got bandages on his arms. He looks like he's been fixed, essentially. And a woman comes in the room. She looks like a Victorian nurse is the best way of describing her. She says, "Oh, you're awake. Walter will be happy." And then she comes out the room. You're sitting there in this kind of half drugged up state. And then the door opens and Walter walks in. He doesn't have a crutch. Remember he had a crutch earlier? He walks in and he goes, "Oh, you guys are awake." Quite a mess you left there. But that's kind of the least of your worries at the moment. Let me just show you something. And you notice now that there's a flat screen TV mounted on the wall. He pulls out like a phone, types something in, and then pushes something, and it fills the screen. It's a website for someone called Phenomenex. Okay, and it's got like a front page thing. This website looks slick as hell. Okay, so for those of us who've actually know about Phenomenex in Delta Green, as obviously Shane does, they're kind of fringe investigating UFOs and that kind of thing. This is way beyond what they are like in the Delta Green books. This website is slick. It's cool, and there's a video, and it's got like a big thumbnail thing on, and it's a YouTube video that says it says agents acting against the unknown in our government. And the thumbnail, picture of the livestock arena. He says, "I think you guys should see this." He presses play. And it's like this narration talking about a conspiracy within the government to hide unnatural events from humanity. And you get footage of a man walking into a room and pans round and there's a table with all you guys sat there and Walter. And you notice as he sits down in the chair and pulls himself forward, he sticks something to the underside of the desk, the round table. And he looks at all of you, and it's obviously from something hidden in his hat. And you see him when he tips his hat to Ava and says, "Milady." And then it cuts to him leaving. You notice this has got millions of views, this video. Then he says, "You're going to especially love this bit." And he fast forwards the video, which is a guy, quite a handsome looking guy in a suit rambling away, like cuts through it. And it cuts to drone footage of the events that transpired on the road with the thing that set through the hole. And you see everything that happened, but from the viewpoint of a drone hanging in the air. Silence.
I'll look over to Walter and say, so you were supposed to keep this secret. Is that how this works?
He says, "We've got someone within our organization who let them know all about this."
So why are we chained to the damn bed and not you? You're the one that fucked up and let that spy into the room.
Did you not notice you were on the video? We couldn't let you back out there to the public.
This is well above our pay grade.
And we'll end it there. And that's the end of part 1.
All right. All right.
So,
well, very cool.
Yeah, thank you, bud.
Well, I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah, sweet.
Really enjoyed that.
Right. So we're going to wrap up then. Is that right, James, before we go? Because I'm going to tell everyone who wants to hear what happens next. So before we go, we're going to do a quick round table to plug whatever you need to plug, and yeah. Let's go with Pookie first.
Yes, I write reviews regularly, which appear on my blog, reviews from Rillier, including reviews of content written by Shane Ivey and his fellow authors for Delta Green, the role-playing game.
Cool. Guy?
Yeah, I have a blog, burnafterrunningrpg.com. Remember the RPG, there's a different blog that some other fellow writes about running called burnafterrunning.com. I've got nothing against him. Like, there's, before we've discussed whether he's like my nemesis or not. He's not. I've never met him. But just like, and if you happen to be into like one-shot RPGs and running, then like check both of them out. I don't know. Like, but yeah, I talk about one-shot RPGs. There's some ready-to-play one-shots in there. There's stuff about how to play X as a one-shot. There's stuff about skill challenges and all that. Check it out. It's good.
It's all interesting stuff.
One day, I expect he'll run into you.
Yeah.
Dr. Mitch.
Yep. So I'm the thing I'm best well known for probably is being the author of Liminal. So a couple of announcements there. So Pax Londinium, the first full book supplement for Liminal, that's out in PDF. All the people who pre-ordered, I think, have now got their copies.
Does that include the author?
Yeah. Including the author.
Excellent.
He messaged me this morning to say he'd got his copy. So with a clear conscience, I can release it. And the other thing interesting is there's a Kickstarter for the Spanish translation going on at the moment.
Very cool.
Good.
Next to Seth.
Well, it's my YouTube channel, Seth Skwarkowski, where I do reviews or just tips and tricks on gaming. I am also a fantasy author with an urban fantasy series about monster hunters called the Valdekin series. So it's kind of right up this alley. And that is available on ebook, print, and audiobook.
Okay, I'll go before Shane, because Shane's got a lot more to plug than I have. My Bud's RPG review, you normally only see my hands, but this is me. I hope you weren't too disappointed. And last but definitely not least, Shane.
Yeah, thanks. So you can find our stuff at deltagreen.com, and the latest thing is there's a hardback book called Delta Green: The Labyrinth, which is written by John Scott Tynes, one of the original originator of Delta Green, and that is in our warehouses now and is starting to ship to backers and pre-orders. So we're at right this moment, we're at kind of a dip where it's not available for other orders because I want to get all the pre-orders out first, prevent the warehouse from accidentally mailing it to the wrong people, but before it's their turn. But it's going to be available, and it's going to be available in stores, and it's a big, very cool, creepy collection of factions that you can throw at your players as enemies or allies or both.
And I'll have a review coming up in about 2 years when I get around to it. But I've read part of the PDF, and it is brilliant.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I'll have a review sooner than that.
Yeah, you read like
very good,
like a speed reader. I think probably last but not least is big thanks to James CORP for giving us the platform to be able to do something like this, and obviously give Delta Green a little push out there because it's a great game and more people should play it. And obviously the other thing is if you've got Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription to a channel. So why not sub to James CORP? Simple as that.
Cool.
So we leave it there then. See you later, everyone.
Yep.
All
Thank
right.
you for watching.
Thanks. That was fun.